G'day guys, my name's Chris and today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial for you guys to do with my little welder, which is a Cigweld 130 twin. I have bought myself a new Mig gun and lead, which I have to change over, and doing a little bit of research. I haven't seen too many videos on actually how to change the whole gun over, liner included and gas hose and that. And what makes this one a little bit more special is it's actually a direct connect lead directly into the welder. There's no Euro type fitting for the lead to detach on and off, so you've actually got to make a few modifications and do some connectors, which makes it a little bit more tricky. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride and try and figure it out myself. I've never done this before, so we're in the same boat. Yeah, also, just a little thing to mention, this welder actually has what's called a gas check valve in the handpiece, not actually a relay and a check valve inside the actual case itself. It's all built into the gun head, which I'll show you that as well in a minute. So I'm not exactly sure I'm going to call this tutorial, but yeah, it's basically got to change over a direct connect style MIG gun lead. So I'll take you guys along for the ride and we'll go. Alright guys, here's a shot of my little welder. That's a little trans MIG 130. So yeah, it's just your basic little sort of domestic home handyman cheaper little MIG. So it is gasless operation, but yeah, single phase, 240 volt. So the reason I'm doing this is basically because of this this MIG lead here. It's the original style and it's very crap, and you can see how that bloody handle's bending there, the trigger, and sometimes it doesn't work and you got to, you know, press on it really hard, and it's an absolute pain in the ass when you're trying to weld something up. Like I was doing an exhaust modification the other day and it was just kicking my ass, so time to replace that. So what I got onto was a guy on the internet. I'll just flip settings to this guy here named Bob the Welder. He's got an online store and also deals with eBay. He's got just about everything you need to do with welding equipment, from guns, liners, arc rods, fluxes, brazers, you name it, this guy's got it if it's to do with welding. So this is an Australian bloke anyway, so for you Aussies out there that need welding equipment cheap, definitely look this bloke up, bobthewelder.com.au. Let's put this. So what I actually ordered was this here. This is how it comes. It's my brand new direct connect style gas check valve in handpiece MIG lead, and it also it comes with the new liner in there as well. So yeah, this is what she looks like for a direct connect. You've got your gas line coming out, as well as obviously your trigger, positive and negative, to make the connection so the wire starts spooling out. So here's a shot of inside the actual welder itself. It's hard to sort of see in here, but this is my old. The reason I know it's a definitely know that it's a gas check valve in the handpiece is because here's the gas line coming out of the gun, and it just goes straight to the nozzle at the back. So there's no relay or check valve inside the case here whatsoever. So that's one way I know. And plus I've also opened up this gun, and there's a little valve under here that that this little button presses on into this little check valve to make the motor start spooling out wire and for the gas to obviously come through. It shouldn't be that bad from what I've seen. There's only two wires to connect. You can, it's hard to see, but there's two of them coming out here. there we go, see these two little wires? I've traced them. One of them goes into this connector block here, and the other one follows down here, and it goes to this nut here. So somehow I'll be hooking into that. I don't know, I might. I've only got a little bit of lead on the new one, as you can see, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it all the way down there, or if I'll just splice it in up here, or something like that. So I'll show you that as I'm doing it. And yeah, first thing I've got to do, obviously, is like there's tons of tutorials on this already, but I'll take this the MIG wire out. So pretty standard affair. You just you know, let the tension off the wire with the tensioner here, so you can withdraw the wire, undo the spool a bit. You know, bloody put your gun out straight, pull your wire out. So I'll do that, and then we'll have to undo the bolts here to sort of detach the retainer here somehow, and piss fart around a bit with that. So I'll give you another shot of that as I've nutted that out anyway. So here we go. Alright guys, I'm back. What I've done, I've taken the wire out of the liner, pulled that back, which you can see I've disconnected the tensioner completely and taken that off. I undid those 3 screws, so I just pulled that capping off, which you can see there. I've got access to the liner and the hosing and stuff. So that all should. There's a little block off plate there. That all should just pull out pretty well. See, like I was saying, that's definitely the direct connect, so there's no Euro fitting for the lead. It just goes straight through the case and into the unit. So I've disconnected and made up a couple of leads for the other side. So here's the new MIG gun. So I've just sort of dummy fitted it into position. Using a couple of auto quick crimps, I've put a ring on this side so I can bolt him back on where he's got to go, and I chopped the old connector off and crimped that onto the other side as well so I can plug that back in. Also disconnected the gas hose. I'll just grab the nipple. So that's the gas nipple that was going through the case, which I've undone with a couple of ring spanners. Just comes apart. Hard to do one-handed, but yeah, see, it just screws apart. The only thing I did have a bit of trouble with was this side, how it goes onto the little tube. I basically just had to twist it and reef it off there. Whether or not that's supposed to happen or they're molded, or from what I can tell, I think it's a screw-in type thing, and it must just bite down on it and hold it somehow inside this. But yeah, hopefully that'll all turn out on the new hose, but otherwise we'll have to get some kind of new end to screw onto the new liner. But anyway, but all looks pretty simple so far. Like, I haven't come across any problems. So you can see the wires just come through that hole there, and I'll probably put a couple of little cable ties on here to make it all neat again. So definitely nothing scary about that. Yeah, so I'm basically just up to withdrawing the old MIG hose, liner and gas hose and all that stuff. So here it comes out, and the only thing I've got to do is open up this whatever you call that bloody shit, wrapping or something, because the earth lead is incorporated into this. And I'm not 100% sure how that's going to hook onto the new gun yet. I probably have to make up some kind of ring or something to clamp onto that, down onto the new lead, I'm guessing. So We'll figure that out in a second. So basically, yeah, that's the old gun out, and I'll open that up and see what the next step is. So there we go. Okay guys, I'm back again. Just giving you an update on what's to happen now. I've sort of dummy fitted the new thing in, so there's definitely a few modifications that have to be made. I'll just flip to micro zoom so I can get close. Just how this fits in here. I'm lucky enough that this nut will actually fit in that grooved section there, relatively like that, which is pretty sweet. On some other welders you might not be as lucky, but yeah, so somehow I have to tighten this back locking nut up and sandwich it in there, so when this capping goes on, it's going to hold the lead fairly sturdy in there. That's one thing that I've just got to buggerise around. The leads actually won't, because the old leads went behind this through that little block off flap, if you remember, but so the flap sort of blocks the hole off now, which is good, but the leads won't fit with the new style. So what I'm going to have to do is drill with a hole saw, like a 20mm hole saw, through the case there for these wires and that to go through to the workings now. So so a slight mod there, but yeah, as you can see on the back, yeah, I've got plenty of room there, so tons of case there to go through, no worries at all about that. The next biggest problem I got, like I said, was with this earth lead, well, the gun lead I should say, because the old one just went up the old tube, just spliced in there, travelled up the lead. So this is the old gun head anyway, so there's your old gas inbuilt into the nozzle, into the gun check valve thingo. Like I said, on some of the units with this valve will actually be inside the case, and the wires will run from this gun, the contact wires back, activate the relay, then let the gas through. But these ones are all built into the head, and I've opened the new head up as well, and it's basically just a newer version of that, so we're all sweet there. But any case, I've got to somehow splice this lead and get it connected on to this ring system here somehow. So what I'm going to do is go down to the electrical wholesaler, see if I can get a crimp, an industrial crimp for this size wire, because it's pretty beastie gauge wire, and chop this and then route it back up through this hole and put a locking ring on here, so that'll be all connected, because there's the other end of the lead. You can see it. See how it's connected by that big industrial crimp in there, and the other end of that lead just obviously goes to that work position there. So I need that style of crimp to chop this on this little end of the tail to be routed up here and connect into here, because I've tested with the multimeter and there's continuity, like connection between this brass system and the new gun head anyway, so I mean that's how it's going to work. So yeah, it's just a matter of doing a couple of those little mods, just piss farting around with that, drilling a hole, going to the wholesaler, getting that, and I think we should be in business. So I'll flip the camera back on after I've been to the wholesaler and see what we can work out. Alright guys, I'm back after about a week. I had to wait for my cousin, who's an industrial electrician, to put that crimp on that 10mm work lead for myself. So yeah, just wrapping up what I've done. So I ended up drilling that 20mm hole in the case for the wires to come through, and I've just put a nice little protector on it there so it doesn't get damaged. I've cable tied my gas hose and trigger wires into position, so I didn't do up the ties too tight because I didn't want to crimp that hose obviously. So yeah, it didn't end up being much of a problem going into that gas nipple there. It just pushed in and twisted on, so that wasn't a problem. So that's all nice and tight and done up again. So you can see there, yeah, there's my second trigger wire, and the other one obviously, which I spliced on the connector, just poked in. So yeah, the innards are all done pretty much. So here's a frontal shot of the work lead. Obviously I've just brought it back up through the case now, just put a couple of cable ties on it, so she's pretty sturdy. And the final modification to be made is just with that brass connection, as I said. But yeah, so there's the there's that industrial crimp on the end of that lead that my cousin did for me. So yeah, he just was the right size, thank God, for that barrel join there. So using a washer and a bit of mucking around, she should be able to sit. Do this one-handed, sit into that groove like I said before. So I've sort of dummy fitted it. It seems to fit nice and hard like that. So it will definitely fit like that. And the time I put that cover on, like so, and do that up, that should allow for a fairly firm type connection. So yeah, after I've done that, basically I just got to put my wire back through and give it a test run. So there's not much to it. So overall it was wasn't too bad, so nothing that you can't nut out at home. So yeah, let's put that together and see how we go. Alright guys, if everything's A1, you should be right to go. So let's give it a test burl. I think we're all done here. Happy welding.